All right. Okay, just checking what we did. Hello everyone. There's a lot of faces I've seen already tonight. We've done some of the wines with you. And there's a lot of faces I haven't seen yet tonight, so you haven't been around fast enough. And I'm sure we'll catch up later on. So yeah, as we go through, if you've got any questions, the person sat next to you is probably thinking exactly the same thing. Please don't be embarrassed. Just ask away. You know, put your hand up, cough, whatever you want to do, just to get the attention, and we'll have a chat and see what you think. Because these are about two-way conversations. Everybody in this room will taste something different. Okay, so don't think you're tasting exactly the same as the person sat next to you. You're not. We all taste things in a different way, and we all see things in a different way. Okay, so don't worry about it. Any questions before we get going? Everyone's happy that we're going to do white wine? Good. So, have we got the first wine? You've got the first wine, yeah? Cool. So this is Smederevka from Macedonia. Macedonia sits in two parts in some ways. There's a region of Macedonia, which is part of Greece, and then there is the province of Macedonia, which sits north of Greece as its own country. This is from there. The grape variety is Smederevka, and the label, as you saw on the bottle, or you can see, no, you can't see it. There's one at the back, so we'll have a look at the label. The label is very traditional from the area, and a lot of people will say, I don't like the label. When I first saw it, I wasn't keen. It's grown on me since, but it is incredibly traditional from the area. Every wine tells a story about the synergy between the soil, the sun, the grapes, and the origin of where it actually comes from. This winery, which is Tikvesh, which is in obviously the Republic of North Macedonia, the winemaking has happened since about 1885, and the Republic has started to produce vineyards of quality for quite some time. There's a lot of mountains, lakes and rivers around, and the climate is, for us as we see it, is quite perfect for producing the grape varieties that they do. 2018, which is what this is, was a brilliant vintage. Plenty of warm weather throughout the ripening period, and I don't know if you understand that there's different periods of ripening for the wine, depending on what's going on within the stages for what the grapes need to do. So as the grapes form, if you get any horrendous wind or rain or hail especially, then it's going to strip all the grapes off of the vines. And then come the ripening period, we're looking for what we call phenolic ripeness on the grapes. So as the grapes sit, aspect to the sun, the wind, the rain, etc., half of them, as you can imagine, because they're just a bunch, half will get lovely and ripe, and then the other half don't. So you're then looking for full phenolic ripeness. And full phenolic ripeness comes when the skins start to lose their bitterness, the pips lose their bitterness as well, and then the flesh of the wine itself starts to produce the lovely sweetness that we're used to. If ever you go and pick a white grape from a vineyard when it's fully ripe, squeeze it in the roof of your mouth, that first lusciousness that you get come round the palate delivers an awful lot of sugar and sweetness, and then as you start to chew the skin and the pips, all right, some water or anything?
We'll block it.
Oh, I've got a cough as well, so I'll join you in a minute for that. As you then let this lusciousness come through your mouth, you'll get an amazing flavour. The skins and the pips start to deliver the bitterness and the acidity, and if you're brave enough to chew the stalks, it will dry the front of your mouth out, like drinking cold tea, and that's tannin, and you get that with white as well as red. Most white wines don't sit on the skins or the pips or the stalks for long enough to extract that tannin. It comes after a period of time. There are some white wines you'll taste and they'll dry the front of your mouth out, and you can go, oh, why is that happening? That's where you've had this this time where the stalks and that sit in contact. So we call it sitting on the leaves of the wine. And as it does that, it starts to extract more and more flavour. You would get more colour if there was the colour to extract, but because it's white wine, it doesn't come. So on a grey grape, you then get the colour, which you then get a little bit of pink. Okay. So going back to the Smederevka, it's an indigenous variety, native to the area of Tikvesh in Macedonia. It's the leading variety for white wines of the region. The vineyards are sustainably cultivated, and a lot of people say, what's sustainability? Sustainability is where